Hey there viewers, and welcome back to Movies of Maverick. I'm your host Maverick, and today we are finally caught up with the latest episode of Dororo, episode 15. It's only taken me almost a month to catch up to the current episode, but hey, we made it. So, this is a continuation viewing from episode 14, and, well, fittingly, it was a two-parter as well, since we didn't really resolve the situation with Sabame, the macro eyes lord of this village, as well as his relation with this moth-like monster, which I think I referenced Mothra, the moth monster from Godzilla. And we also have this like sort of side, I guess, eventual main storyline of the map on Dororo's back and whatnot, but I guess probably we'll be looking at that sometime later down the road. For now, let's just see how they resolve the story with the monster. So, without further ado, let's just get into the episode. And let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. I don't think there's any particular news that I want to talk about, so let's just get into the episode right now. Alright, what is your story and what is your deal? Yeah. Macro eyes, right? Trying to get some information. Nothing but peace, eh? Like I said, this might be one of the most fancy meals they've ever eaten. Ate. By the way, they did mention that, you know, the one that the 12 could not devour. So are there 12 demons in total Hyakkimaru needs to defeat? That's a good piece of advice. Which he also learned himself through his adventures with Hyakkimaru. Oh, and here's the opening. Let me just skip this real quick and I'll see you guys in a second. The story of the scene from hell? Well, that was hell, the kanji for hell. So it seems to be a pretty well organized village. People are nice to each other, help each other.
おいらみたいなよそ者を止めてくれるなんてさ、ほんとありがたいや。
ありがたいや。Should dango really be translated as rice cakes? Hmm. Dango is just dango. Hmm. This seems like an eerily similar concept to Daigo.
この村に来る途中に焼けた寺を見たんだけど、ばあちゃん知ってる？さあ、行くよ。さて、お天道さんが高いうちにもう一仕事やって。
So it's a forbidden topic. Hmm? Okay. Something is fishy. No pun intended. Oh man. Now that I started with the fish jokes, I keep on thinking about Admiral Akbar when I look at stuff. Don't go! It's a trap! Okay, that was some low quality animation right there. Oh, what did I say? He's like, I have turned the tides on you. Get it? Tides? Hey, he said it this time, not me. Something's fishy. Hmm.
やっぱり怪しい。なんか訳ありかな。秘密のお宝隠してたりして。そして不用心。なんだよ。ただの米蔵じゃん。いやー、さすが働き者の村だ。
Hmm.
腹いっぱい食えれば心も穏やかになる。食うや食わずの身の上でそれでも志を貫けるのってほんの一握りだけだからね。
しかしよく溜め込んだよな。オイラの懐には大きすぎるや。あっぜー。あれ？
Okay.
これって秘密の扉かな。
Okay, what's down there?
こりゃ明かりがないとなんも。
Somehow I think like there's lots of corpses in there.
すまねえな。里を守るためなんだ。ここは我が祖先が代々守ってきた土地でな。ここで生まれ、ここで育ち、領主になって今がある。他の場所を私は知らぬ。旅人のそなたには及びもつかぬことやもしれぬがな。この里が私のすべてよ。何があろうと私はこの土地を守り抜く。
Hmm.
そなた、この土地に住まうあやかしを打ちに来たのであろう。そうだ。打たせはせ。
But why?
あやつらもわしが守らねばならぬ。
Why? Don't understand. Why though? So is this another case where they like entrap travelers to feed the gulls? But why do they want to protect the gulls and demons? Woohoo. Oh. Ah, there's a lot of lava.
このご時世だ。我が里も地獄の中にあった。戦場から逃げ落ちてのぶせりとなった者どもが戦うことを知らぬ里を襲う。守り手を失った電波だは獣や虫に侵されて飢えを生み、民たちは互いに奪い合う。そんな地獄で私は出会ったのだ。あやつらにこの地にて我らが生きることを許されるならば必ずこの地を守り抜かん。
So yeah, it is kind of similar to the situation with Daigo. Although this guy is definitely more thinking about the people first, rather than Daigo, who has his own ambitions.
私との約定を守り、里はよみがえった。そして私はあやつを妻として迎えたのだ。一つ聞きたい。そなたはなぜあやかしを切るのだ。
Right. I love it. This is harking back to, you know, my discussion about 2 episodes ago, where, you know, Daigo is a more selfish dude, right? But what if he was doing all that for the sake of the people, for the sake of the land, right? Yep, lots of corpses. Oh?
お前が何を守ろうと関係ない。俺は鬼神を切る。切って取り戻す。
And this guy just wants to get his body back.
お前、おいらのことドロロ優しくしてくれた。だから助けてあげる。
What? What are you? Oh, are you part of the orphans? From the temple? But why did you have to kill them, though? Why? Oh. Okay. So they actually need to use other methods to feed them.
ドロロは優しいのね。ありがとう。泣かないで。急がないとマイマイオンバの子が目覚めてしまうわ。私についてきて。
所詮流れ者にはわかるまい。
You know, one thing I don't really understand is why these people are so fixated on staying in a certain land. What are those?
同じ。お前も同じ。
The same as Daigo? Ooh. That's gotta hurt. Hmm. What? Why though? Is it because they don't... What? Wait, you can see now? You can see fire? And so their village burned up instead. Well, what goes around comes around. And here we go, the fighting starts. So what are they going to do? Oh. Wait, what? So he's going by himself to a place? I guess to fight the moth-looking monster? Yep. A moth that can go underwater. You know, you're kind of at a disadvantage, Hyakkimaru. Oh. That was some nice improvisation. Okay. So there's another one down. What did he gain back this time? This other leg? What? Holy shit! That was an artificial spine? OMG. That's gotta be the biggest surprise of this episode so far. See? This is the part I was talking about. From the moral dilemma. Tamar? Alright. Yeah. And he also has a blind spot as well now. Oh.
兄貴、もうちょっとオイラの話聞いてくれたっていいじゃないか。兄貴のバカ。
Did he go to Yelp? Oh.
ダチか。
つれないな。ずいぶん探したんだぜ、お前のこと。相変わらずチビだな。
うるせえ。
じゃーん、見せてもらうぜ。
Wait, why do you have that? And here I was thinking they were gonna save that whole storyline. Alright. Oh boy. There's a lot to go through for this episode. I'll see you guys in a second. Boy, oh boy. Where do we start? The moral dilemma, right? So the moral dilemma. I love this. I absolutely love this. I've been saying from the, I believe, episode 12, where, you know, I brought out this whole situation between Dororo's, I mean, not Dororo's, Hyakkimaru's goals versus, you know, the lives of everybody in this nation right now, or kingdom or whatever. So it's the lives of many versus the lives of one, right? And during that episode, I also mentioned that I felt like, you know, it was still taking an easy way out. You know, Daigo clearly has some ulterior motive to himself, to what he's doing. He's not doing this purely out of good. He's not just doing this out of being a benevolent ruler. And really, we didn't really go in and personal with all the inhabitants of this kingdom so far, or this, what do they call it? And this nation, this country, this nation so far, right? And I said, you know, if they really wanted to drive home this kind of moral dilemma, drive home this point, you need to actually show what happens to a place once Dororo starts to defeat more and more demons, gain his body parts back, but the demon's blessing grows weaker and weaker, to the point where famines will start again, epidemics will start again, and people will start dying, right? They didn't actually show that in the past episodes. We only have a concept of this, but it never actually happened. The drought was just starting, and I guess maybe they still had some food stored up, so nobody's actually dying of starvation yet. But soon that will happen, and we can get a glimpse of that entire situation within this village here, right? You know, even though it's not a direct correlation, if you will, but still, because Dororo came here, Hyakkimaru came here, killed a demon, and, you know, through his actions, you know, this village is up in flames, right? They've lost their food storage, a lot of people lost their lives, a lot of people lost their houses, and now all hell is breaking loose again, right? This, even though this is just one small village, this is what's going to happen if if Hyakkimaru continues to go on his quest to slay all these demons and gain his body back. That is what will happen. I mean, even here, we've already, it's not like turned up to the max, right? The dilemma is still not turned up to the max. The people, I mean, and the what's it called? Samame, the Lord, clearly they did some bad stuff as well, right? They actually killing brigands and whatnot, that's one thing. Deliberately going to an orphanage and then slaying them, well, that's another thing entirely. Sure, they did it to survive, but at the same time, you know, it is a bad thing, right? To be honest, I don't actually fault them for this. Like, I'm not, if I were in that situation, I wouldn't be there saying, okay, I must bring these people to justice and whatnot. No, actually, they were on the verge of dying themselves. People need to do some drastic things to survive. That is unfortunate, but that is reality. At the same time, though, I also won't feel any sympathy for them that they have ended up in this kind of situation. It's karma, right? So you reap what you sow. Like, you know, you're free to do whatever you want to do to try and survive, but if it comes biting you in the ass later, well, that's your own fault. So that is that. So even in this kind of situation, you know, you could say this is karma. So it's not actually that, you know, that of a hard decision, if you will. I mean, I guess probably some people out there were like, they all deserve to die for what they did, right? And if you have that kind of thought, that's still understandable, to be honest. But like, can you imagine if it was somebody like Sabame's character who truly, I do believe that he truly is a, you know, benevolent person, and he doesn't have any other ulterior motives, unlike Daigo, for doing this. Like, if he was instead the head of this country, and he deliberately sacrificed Hyakkimaru in order for his people to gain peace, to gain prosperity, to live, come on, that is such a bargain, right? This dude for this village, he had to make a deal with the gulls, he had to feed the gulls, humans, periodically or whatnot, in order for him to continue to receive their blessing. In Daigo's case, he literally had to sacrifice one person, one newborn son. And that benefited how many people again? Like, at least thousands, if not tens of thousands of people, right? Like, that is, how do you actually weigh this? Oh, you know, they can actually still go even further, right? Like, I was, during that episode 12, I was saying, you know, how to really hit home this. You can actually show, like show a mother with her newborn baby or something, starving to death on the streets because of the latest demon being taken out by Hyakkimaru. Or even better, like, how, if they really want to drive this home, maybe let Dororo and Hyakkimaru befriend some new villagers or new friends, and have that villager or friend or whatnot actually have screen time, and then later on show them actually dying because of a famine or drought or something, or epidemic. And you know, what then, right? I mean, so far, like, it's human nature to not really care about other people, versus people that you know, right? I'm not saying that human nature is cold-blooded by nature, but I'm saying that, you know, if you have a stranger versus an acquaintance and you had to choose between the two, you would always choose the acquaintance every time, right? So that's why you might hear on the news like 100 people died somewhere else in the world, and probably in your mind it doesn't weigh as heavily as, say, some puppy on your doorstep starving, right? There are, you know, it's just human nature to weigh things that are close to us more importantly, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that as well. So it's quite simple to continue to sympathize with Hyakkimaru and Dororo. Like, for goodness sake, like, within this episode, we saw this man's spine is artificial, right? Like, that scene actually kind of shocked me. Like, that was pretty gruesome, and, well, you know, he suffered a lot, but at the same time, it's really not that clear-cut and dry. It all depends on what school of philosophy that you subscribe to, what kind of morality that you subscribe to. Like, a utilitarianism person might, a follower of utilitarianism might say, well, it's very clear, right? Hyakkimaru is one person. These lives number in the thousands, tens of thousands, maybe potentially even 100,000. The choice is simple, right? But that's just one school of thought. And for another, they're like, well, screw all the others. Like Hyakkimaru said, screw all the others. I only care about myself. And is he wrong? No, because humans have a right to live, right? He has a right to get back what is his. So, I guess you might be wondering right now what point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that there is no correct answer. It all really depends on each individual. And I'm really curious how this story is going to end. Like, I'm thinking right now there has to be a sort of way where it doesn't really weigh on people's conscience that much, right? And I'm thinking it's either gonna go one of two different methods based on what we've seen so far. Like, one, maybe the fact that this land is poor and it always has famines and epidemics and whatnot. It might be because it's under a curse of the demons or something, right? And so maybe eventually it'll come out that, oh, it's the demons that are doing this. So actually, if we just get rid of all the demons, then none of this will happen. Everybody can continue living on their normal lives, right? That's one way. Another way might be, tying in with Dororo's, family treasure or whatnot. Though that one, the more that I think about it, the more that it kind of doesn't make sense, right? Like, how exactly do you expect a simple, brigand to amass enough fortune that can help an entire country? Like, that also doesn't really make sense as well. Thirdly, there might be some way to get some godly blessing, like the goddess of mercy, right? Apparently that, I think there's still some other story related with it. It's just not quite clear right now. So maybe that's also something. Because obviously, this story is not going to end with Hyakkimaru getting his body back and then all the rest of the people in this nation dying. I don't think that's going to happen. Is Hyakkimaru going to give up getting back his body in order to let the rest of them live? Again, I don't think that that's going to happen. That kind of defeats the whole purpose of having this story in the first place. So there has to be some other way out, right? Although just what exactly is the way, we're not seeing it right now. But anyways, I love these kinds of moral dilemmas, and really what decision that you can make, like, if you just still continue to say, okay, I just want to side with Dororo and Hyakkimaru, I don't care about the other people. Like, what if those other people were your immediate family, your loved ones, like people that you care about? Like, if you had a choice between your family, your children, your parents, your relatives, your friends, the lives of them versus the life of one Hyakkimaru, which would you choose? Like, right? Maybe you still believe that, moralistically, you uphold yourself to a certain standard that you wouldn't want to break those morals, even if it meant the lives of others of your loved ones. For me, like, sorry, I'm choosing the people that I love and know, right? But it differs from person to person. Okay. So anyways, I think has been enough about this whole moral thing. And speaking of morals, like, Itachi at the end, like, I know that they're trying to, it's quite clear that they're trying to make him into a key antagonist, right? He's going to be a bad guy, a bad character who Dororo will probably eventually triumph over in the end. But I still stand by my, what I said a few episodes ago. I actually don't think Itachi did anything wrong, right? From his perspective, and from the perspective of from the context of this world as they are in right now, the warring periods, the Sengoku Jidai, I really can't fault him for doing what he did. And now, right now, it seems that he's coming back and becoming an asshole again in order to get the family fortune or whatnot, but still. So, anyways, that's been Dororo episode 15. Let me know what you guys think of this whole moral dilemma situation, right? I actually, watching this series up to now, 15 episodes in, the action isn't really that much to write about. Like, I know it's good, it's good, but it's not exactly great or exceptional, if I'm being honest. And the dialogue is also but the actual storyline, like the underlying storyline and what it actually means, like, it's gotta be one of my favorites, right? There's rarely this kind of hard-hitting work nowadays. So yeah, I do enjoy that very much. So anyways, that's been episode 15 of Dororo, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully also on schedule as well. It's been a long journey so far to get to here, and hopefully we will continue to be on time for the rest of the season. So until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye bye.